Death Note, episode 18. Let's go. If you want to go watch the full reaction with the unedited version, it's over on Patreon. Links in the description box down below. Why do I need a code and all of this extra stuff? Like, surely my finger and my eye scan is going to be enough.
Maybe the belt. Huh? What now?
Well, looks like this system is going to take some getting used to.
How's this? Huh? Good morning.
It would be me.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Did you get hurt?
Oh, this? Kind of. I had a little fight with my wife, and it's just that my daughter's still young, and I'm hardly ever at home as it is.
Well, you're gonna be missing out. The rooms in this place are amazing. If I were you, I'd just move the whole family in here.
Yeah. That's easy for you to say as a bachelor. Where are they?
Oh, they're on a date. Last we checked, all of them were up in Misa's room.
Surveillance cameras, huh? Well, since we know Misa has some connection to the second Kira, I guess it does make sense.
Man, this has got to be the lamest date I've ever been on.
No, please, just pretend I'm not even here, okay? By the way, are you gonna eat that piece of cake?
Cake makes you fat. I'm not gonna eat any. Fine then, I'll give you the piece of cake as long as you agree to leave me and Light alone.
Even if I leave you two alone, I'm still gonna be watching on surveillance camera, so it wouldn't make any difference.
You pervert! Could you stop it with your creepy hobby?
You can call me whatever you like. Last chance for cake.
Okay then. I'll just close the curtains and turn off the lights.
We have infrared cameras in here as well.
What's wrong with you? I thought moving here was supposed to help us catch Kira. But since we've been here, you don't seem all that motivated to me.
Not motivated. You're right. Actually, I'm depressed.
Depressed? What for?
Feel that.
Yeah.
Well, truthfully, all this time I thought that you were Kira, and my entire case hinged on that fact. I guess I just can't get past the fact that my deduction was wrong. Although having said that, I'm still suspicious of you. That's why we're wearing these. And we also know that Kira can control people's actions, which means it's highly likely that Kira was controlling your actions so that I would suspect you. If I assume both you and Misa were being controlled by him, then everything we've observed so far makes a lot more sense to me.
If that's what you think, Misa and I were both Kira during the time that we were being controlled, right?
Yes, I don't think I could have been wrong about that. The two of you are Kira.
So he still thinks they
If
were.
what I'm thinking is correct, when your confinement began, you were Kira. I don't believe it's coincidence that as soon as you were imprisoned, all the killing was stopped. Until then, everything pointed to you being Kira. But after 2 weeks, criminals actually began dying again. Based on that evidence, I can only conclude that Kira's power passes between people.
That's an interesting idea. But if it's true, it'll be nearly impossible for us to catch Kira.
Yes, that's why I'm overwhelmed. Even if we catch someone under his control, they'll likely lose their powers and any memory of their crimes. So in the end, pursuing them becomes futile.
But at this
You
point,
understand
we
why
have
he's
no way of
depressed.
knowing if that's the case. Cheer up, would you?
Cheer up? No, I'm sorry, I can't. It's probably better if I just stop trying so hard. By chasing Kira so desperately, we're just putting our lives at risk for nothing. Yes, it's just a waste of time.
Ryuzaki.
Just gets pulled along with him.
That really hurt.
That's enough. You don't feel like doing anything. Just because your genius deduction was wrong and I'm not Kira?
Fine, perhaps I phrased it the wrong way. I meant it would be pointless for us to make a move, so we shouldn't even bother.
If you were just gonna give up, then why did you involve all those innocent people? And more importantly, what was the point of putting Misa and me behind bars?
I
Would be
understand.
fuming.
Whatever the reason.
Oh, out of nowhere.
My friend. It's not my deduction that was wrong. The fact is, I can say that Light Yagami is Kira. Misa Amane is the second Kira, but it won't be enough to solve the case. That's why I'm a little depressed. Is that so unreasonable?
Yes, it is. Besides, you should hear yourself. It's as if you won't be satisfied unless I am Kira.
I won't be satisfied unless you're Kira. Well, there may be some truth to that. In fact, now that you mention it, you're right. I think I wanted you to be Kira. As I said before, an eye for an eye. I'm a lot stronger than I look, you know.
Gotta call the room and stop them. Ryuzaki, I've got good news. Misa is #1 in 18 Magazine's rated popularity poll.
What was that?
Matsuda's acting stupid again.
Well, that is his specialty.
I can hear you, you know.
Pig. But you got him to stop.
They did. Well done.
Ryuzaki, I know you're not feeling up to it, but come over here for a second. Take a close look at this. Can't be coincidence. All of them were prominent Japanese businessmen. In just over a month, they all died of heart attacks. As expected, there's been a general downturn in the market, the exception of Yotsuba. Their deaths have worked in Yotsuba's favor. Looking back, there have been 13 similar deaths in the past 3 months. Based on this, I can only conclude that Kira is supporting Yotsuba.
It could be. But if what you're saying is true, we can assume that punishing criminals is not this Kira's real intent.
It obscures the fact that he's actually killing people for the benefit of his company. Are you feeling a bit more motivated now?
Okay, new suspects up for grabs. Light is helping.
I like how Light's been able to
This
turn
is
it
starting to
around.
feel too easy. Look at all we've done and no one suspects a thing.
Our stock continues to increase, but we've kept it below the radar.
Indeed. Everything appears to be proceeding according to plan.
They haven't kept it under the radar.
That's true. However, there is one thing that has me concerned. Those 3 we had killed last week. Why did all of them die of heart attacks? I thought we agreed one would be accidental.
You're quite right. We did. We named a specific location in Japan. You see, he wasn't even here when he died. I hear he and his mistress were in...
If our request is physically impossible, then Kira will kill that person using his default method.
It's just like I was saying last week. If you want it to look believable, request accidental death or disease, and Kira will always find the quickest way to make it happen.
Quite frankly, if someone was able to trace the deaths of these people back to us, then he'd have to be a god. Besides, we've taken precautions.
Have you? What precautions?
Hey, Chief!
Why
you too,
is she
Mogi.
just
I've
swinging
got
there?
some great
Did
news.
you?
That's exact, mate. I clocked that.
It wasn't just me, right?
No.
In the background on the security's range.
She's just swinging her legs on her phone with her back. Man, if there was an artist, yeah, kids cartoonist, whoever the fuck you were, whoever did the Kim Possible thing.
Oh, thank you.
You are a fucking
I'm not even sure how he
Donnie.
figured it out, but Light has a theory that Kira is somehow involved with the Yotsuba group.
Yotsuba?
Yes.
That's probably it. Good work.
Huh?
We just spoke with the director, and it seems Kira has offered bribes to a number of politicians.
As long as the NPA agrees not to pursue him anymore, he won't lay a hand on any politicians.
So that's that. The police caved in to him. Mogi and I have already made up our minds on this. Aizawa, Matsuda, if you wish to continue working this case, you'll have to hand in your letter of resignation to the MPA, just as Mogi and I are going to do. Like it or not, you cannot pursue Kira as a member of the police force anymore.
Hold on a second, Chief.
They made it quite clear. If you continue to work with Elle, you'll be fired. That's all there is.
I don't expect the guy with the afro to do it because he's got a kid.
But man's got the police under their belt.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
All there is to it.
So then, Chief, you're gonna...
In a few hours, I'm no longer going to be your chief. However, we all have our own lives, so think it over carefully.
That's true, Chief. Especially if you've got a family to support.
If you want my opinion, you'd be better off as police officers. I was alone when I started this case, and although I'm grateful to all of you for staying with me as long as you have, I know that I can do this by myself.
Ryuzaki, as long as I'm alive, you won't be working alone. You have my word on that.
I'll have Light working with me until I catch Kira, so I won't be alone after all. But as I said, I think the rest of you should remain as police officers.
But when you first contacted us, you said that you would need the help of the police in order to solve this case.
That's because the police as an organization were still hoping to arrest Kira. Besides, with all due respect, there's a big difference between the help of 2 or 3 civilians and the police as an organization.
I understand it. Once you're not police, do you have access to all of those resources that we were using beforehand? Or do you lose all those resources that you had? You know? And again, once again, he's got a good point, which is, I wanted the help when they wanted to catch Kira, but now they're just kind of like, well, I guess this is the situation. We have a new god.
It's such a hard one. What would you do? Join the police, like stay on the police force, or just quit?
It depends if I have a family or not.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm on my own, I'm just like, well, don't matter, does it?
I mean, if I was on my own, I'm set up.
Yeah. I'm still here. Like,
My dad's got a family and a baby.
Yeah. It's a bit different.
Position clear. They don't want to catch Kira, so let's just leave it at that.
Well, I suppose what you're saying makes sense. If we're not police officers anymore, we won't be of much use to you. However, we're all personally involved in this. All of us have risked our lives to catch Kira. Doesn't that give us the right to decide whether we stay here or return to the police force?
Good point. Then by all means, please make your decision.
But Chief, wait. If you quit your job with the police force, you'll be unemployed. Even if we do catch Kira, what are you gonna do after that?
After that? I hadn't really thought of it. But I suppose after we catch Kira, I'll have to dust off my resume.
Count me in. I'm gonna quit the police and chase Kira too, Chief. And I still have my job as Misa's manager. Besides, if I stayed on as a police officer, I'd feel like a total loser.
Think before you open your mouth, Matsuda.
Is there any way I could still keep my job and help you in my spare time?
If you remain a police officer, then please don't come back here.
But you know I won't leak any information.
I won't be sharing any of our information. You're free to pursue Kira on your own if you want to, but I don't think it's fair to your families to burden them by giving up your livelihood just to continue this. I can't see how that's a good idea.
No one here is going to blame you for quitting.
Yeah, right. We all understand why you've got to do this.
But the Chief has a family too.
Our situations are completely different.
Leave now after all we've been through. I said I was prepared to die if that's what it took to catch him, and I meant it. What kind of friend would I be to Ukita if I quit now? I became a detective so I could catch the bad guys, not run away!
Otika was the guy who died. You remember the scene where Misa first come in?
Yeah.
And she was holding the news place up for ransom, and he goes up to the sliding door and she killed him?
Yeah.
That's his friend.
Ryozaki, early on in the investigation, you specifically told me that if a task force member were to lose their job under any circumstances, I should make preparations to ensure that their family's financial future was secure. If you recall, a trust was set aside for that very purpose. I'm a little curious as to why you're withholding this information.
This is not the time or place, Watabi.
I'm sorry.
No way! So all this time we had nothing to worry about? I can't believe you did that! There you go, Aizawa! Isn't that great news? Huh?
Ryuzaki, I assume that was some kind of test to determine how committed I was to this task force.
It's not like that, Aizawa. Ryuzaki's just not the type to say things directly. You should know that by now.
Yeah, that's right.
No. I was testing you. I wanted to see which one you would choose.
Ryuzaki.
Fine then. If I wasn't sure before, I am now.
But Aizawa...
Well, I wasn't able to decide right away like you guys. I was leaning towards going back to the police.
Come on, Aizawa. Don't be so stubborn.
No, I quit. Now I know this for sure. I've always hated Ryuzaki. I hate him and his way of doing things.
I get it.
That's too bad, because I like you, Aizawa.
I also hate the way you've always got to have the last word. You insult me, now you say something like that? That's it. I'm out of here.
Thank you for everything.
There's that last word.
I fucked him off completely after that.
What, L?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like how he...
After that behaviour. If I was him, like, and he'd just kind of done that, like, you set up a fund, so it'd be alright. So, because I hesitated. Fuck you, bro.
But he's done that the whole time.
Yeah, I get it, but the situation for him, though, is he needs to focus on his
completely
kid.
agree. I completely agree. I'm with him, but I do think Ryuzaki fucked up there a little bit. But I also kind of get it. You know?
I don't think he did fuck up. I think he was just thinking about his family.
No, I said Ryuzaki fucked up.
Oh, right.
So L fucked up.
Yeah.
Like the way he handled the situation.
Yeah, definitely.
I just found another one. A general manager of a bank, Yotsuba's biggest competitor, slipped and fell on the front steps of his house and died instantly.
It was a Friday, wasn't it? After going over this again, I noticed something. All the deaths which are beneficial to Yotsuba concentrated around the weekends.
On the weekends?
With the first few victims, the time of death appears to have been random. More recently, they all take place between Friday night and Saturday afternoon. Matsuda, I thought I told you to stop calling me Chief.
But you'll always be the chief to me. This is a really important clue.
I know.
Nice work.
Well, you know, I can't let myself fall behind you and Ryozaki. After all, the last thing I want is to be dead weight.
Oh, dead weight?
Is Kira someone from... or is Kira...
He knew that was him. He knew that was him. Dead weight? What do you mean by that?
I hope one of these two turn out to get the Death Note, man. It'd be so fucking funny.
Simply using Yotsuba. I haven't figured that out yet, but we'll proceed under the assumption this is Kira's doing. We will focus on Yotsuba.
This is all of the Yotsuba Group's employees. Here.
Thank you very much.
That's 300,000 people. How did he put this together so...
Did you hear that, right? 300,000 people. Just have 300,000 bits of paper on the side. I'm like, Jack, we gotta go. We gotta do 150,000.
I'd separate it. I'd be like, right, give me your highest management, do it like that. So like 3 tiers of the highest top management and work my way down. Because there's no way in hell some guy in a fucking janitor's closet is the one taking out these people.
Quickly. That's amazing, Mogi.
He's been incredibly efficient from the start.
Ryuzaki, please tell me, is there anything I can do to help with the investigation besides the manager thing?
So you really want to be useful?
Yes.
Then could you get me another cup of coffee?
Oh.
And for our guests over there as well.
Who are they? Hold on a sec. Who let them in?
Those two are the newest members of the task force.
My name's Iber. I'm a con man. How's it going?
I'm Weddy, and I'm a thief by trade.
A con man and a thief.
That's right. A lifelong con man. Social skills allow him to befriend and gain the trust of any target. We'll use him for infiltration. As for Weddy, she's a thief. As proof of that, she was able to enter the building without setting off a single alarm.
Also known as Mom and Dad.
Criminals?
Yes, that is correct. However, these two have never once been caught, so it's unlikely they'll be killed by Kira. Think of them as professionals of the underworld.
I understand.
So he's
never been caught.
Yeah, never been caught. He's announced that. They've never been caught. So Kira's got no fucking clue who these people are.
Yeah.
Okay, see how long they last.
Investigate Yotsuba, we're gonna need the help of people like this. Let's all do our part and make this happen, okay?
Yeah.
Go, good light.
Go, Deadway. My guy's banged.
Yeah.
Huh? Daddy?
Yumi.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at work right now? You need to tell me if you're planning to be home for dinner. I just went shopping and I only bought for me and Yumi.
You can eat my dinner and I'll have dessert instead.
Sorry. It was sort of a last-minute decision, but they just gave me some time off.
Huh? Is a time off a vacation, Daddy?
Yeah, that's right.
Yippee!
From now on, I can have a break every single week. Now I can go with you to the park. Maybe we can go to the zoo together. Or the amusement park.
What's wrong, Dad?
To be continued, Jack.
God damn, man.
God damn it.
I really enjoyed that ending, though.
Yeah.
I like that. That he met his daughter and his wife.
Yeah.
I like that. And he's broken down. Like, I've now got time off.
Yeah.
I like that. But I want to see how this goes and where he's going to go from now.
Yeah.
What does he do?
What does he do? What's his story arc? What is the story arc in general? If you guys enjoyed our reaction and you want to go see the full uncut, unedited, like blurred version, then go over to our Patreon. That link's in the description box down below. If you enjoyed our reaction, looking forward to future reactions, you know what you need to do. You need to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will catch you in the next video.
See you in a bit.